Hi everybody, welcome to Memories of Home. This is going to be my first time to ever do this as a blog post. We'll see how you like it and we'll go from there. I am, like always, I'm getting ready for autumn, and as always, I'm always going to tell you that I'm excited about what products we've brought in, and once again, I am excited. I know April of The Added Touch has a lot of new items that she's bringing in, and I know she's excited as well. But today I want to help us start thinking of getting ready for autumn, and I wish I could say that the temperatures are just as cool as they will be in autumn, but they're not. But we need to be working toward that end and just kind of imagine autumn, and that's what we're going to do today. And sometimes even when we imagine it, it makes it feel a little bit like it's real. I know I like pumpkin spice lattes during that time, and that's what I like to think about is pumpkin and spice and lots of lattes, even though I have lattes every day of the year. But I just want to get started right now. I want to share with you how to decorate an open lantern. Now I will tell you this was, and it is similar to the one I had on Facebook, but as you well know, not everybody that is on Facebook sees the posts that I do. So these are for the ones that didn't get to see it, and for the ones that did get to see it, maybe be a nice review. So let's get started. In my living room, I kind of have a monochromatic look. There's no really bright colors or anything like that in there. I've got a lot of brownish grays and creams, lots of creams in my living room. I like to keep it a kind of a real soft look. So therefore, in my living room, I'm not real wild about the bright oranges. In other rooms, yes, but not my living room. And it's a little bit more formal, and so I want to keep it soft, and I want to keep it just conducive to rest. So anyway, so I'm going to use my mercury glass lantern that we have, and this probably is my all-time favorite, is mercury glass lantern. And what I'm going to do is we're going to look at this, and this is a lantern, and some of you that bought this same lantern bought it for the springtime, and you know how we fixed it up and made it look real springy. Well, we're going to start doing it with autumn, and at Christmas time I'll show you a Christmas one too. But what we're going to do is we're going to bring something that's a little more monochromatic, not real bright, but something that gives the idea that it is truly going to be fall, or is fall. And we're going to stick that in the lantern. I'm going to spread it around. Bring the leaves down to kind of cover this part. All right. The little twiggies are already sticking out, so I don't have to fluff them because I've been using this one. Then we're going to put the mercury glass lantern in here. As you can see, it is too deep. So a lot of times what we do in the shop is we bring books, but I didn't want a book that had a blue binding, and I couldn't find a book that was kind of a little more subdued. So what I did was I got this cake plate that we have in the shop, and a lot of you already have cake plates, so this is a good use for your cake plate. We're going to use this to elevate this, and it's not going to show a lot on the design. It's just going to be there and not take away from what the look that we're getting. There we go there. So, I mean, this is a good look, but I like a little motion, a little, what do I want to say, a little interest, and I also like the wild look. I kind of like to see things that look like I just went out into the field and grabbed some things, and I got a lot of straw maybe, or just twigs with it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to bring in these twigs. As you can see, I've bent the stem back just just so it'll fit better in here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring this around. Bring it around here like this. And then to keep it from moving around, we're going to wrap one of these stems somewhere on here. It doesn't matter where. Just kind of bring it around like this. Now let me tell you something about these. The reason I like these, and when I am at market and I look for things that are very good quality, if not high quality. And one of the criteria for that is that if it's got a good wire in it. The good wire will be one that I can shape. And a lot of times when you go other places to find these, they just don't shape right. They kind of go limp. And I don't like that. I want it to make sure that when I put it that way, that when I go back, it's not going to be going like this. Now, I will want to qualify that though, is if you use it outside, sometimes like ribbons and stuff, they go limp because of the humidity here in Kansas. Then, I like that right there, but I want to have a balance. And so I brought this one. We're going to do this right back here. And once again, we're going to bring it around and we're going to hook it on here so we'll get a nice even look. Okay, I kind of like it as I like to shape it. Whoops, something's crooked here. I bet the plate must be in here crooked. All right, is that better? Is that straight? Let's see. Yep, that's straight. Okay, right now, I mean, it's nice, but it's flat. What I mean by flat, there's nothing that adds interest that makes it kind of pop. So what we're going to do is we're going to do something that's got a little shine to it. And we're going to, this was a branch that I had, and what I did was I cut the berries off. And we're going, there's a little sparkle to them. And that's what I like, is the little sparkle. And you're going to see how it's just going to add some shine to it. It'll make it more interesting. This would be a great centerpiece for even Thanksgiving, and of course all fall and all autumn. And you know, this is one thing about autumn that I think people forget. When you decorate for autumn, it's one of the longest decorating seasons that there is. You'll have the end of August. You probably want to start decorating for August, maybe versus September. So you've got September, you've got October, you've got a lot of November before you start bringing out your Christmas stuff. So you got a lot of time to use all of this autumn stuff. Okay, then the next thing we're going to do is, everybody that knows me knows how I like to add these little rice lights. The rice lights, to me they're just like little lightning bugs, but to me they just kind of add a little firefly look to the thing. Plus I think it adds interest, and I like to add them to almost anything, so I don't have to convince you that I like them. You already know I like them. Now remember, I'm kind of just throwing this in here just because of time. And I know your time is precious, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. Okay, we got that there. Now, this is what I really like. I have these little lights in there, and if you'll notice, these little lights they're kind of like a little candle, and you can see the little ends in it. Now on these, this is what I like about these. It's just got that warm autumn glow. It makes me think of hayrack rides, makes me think of bonfires, of which I haven't been to in probably the last 20-30 years, but boy, the memory of it is sure present in my mind. But what I like to do with something like this, do you see how I put the lights inside the mercury glass and how it shines? And then with the extra ones, I'd probably stuff a few more in there. With the extra ones, what I'll do, oops, what is wrong here? Oh, it's sitting on the light, that won't work. Okay. So with the extra ones, what I'm going to do them around, put them inside the arrangement. Oops! Didn't have this problem the last time I did it. Put them inside the arrangement. And I will hide the cord. And then there we are. There we are. I would work on it to make sure this is level, and I think this is pretty much level right now. I can't see until I stand back. This is annoying. I would bring that to the back. But that's what happens when you do something live. You never know what's going to happen, but I would probably correct all that when I had more time, but I don't want to take up your time. You get the gist, and see if you like it like that. I just wanted to get you ready for coming to our next autumn event. Our next one is September 4th through the 8th, and I don't know if you've noticed, but we have a new website. And I did buy the .com domain, so you'll see it looks different, but we still want to keep it a lot the same, but it will look different. So I'd like for you to visit my website, memoriesofhome.com, and I'd like you to try to start creating for autumn. Thank you for joining us.